Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Series Retro 375, the 3 3/4 inch scale. This is the Uncanny X-Men Marvel's Sentinel. Now this is a weird one because this isn't the Retro 375 line I keep on card. I don't open. I get only unpunched. I just kind of have them in a box right now because I don't really have any idea what to do. It's kind of, there's so many already, so to go back and buy like protective cases for them, it's like super expensive at this point. So I haven't kind of figured out what I'm gonna do. But I picked up this Sentinel from Old Republic Collectibles, link in the video description below. Because I think this would be a really good one to have add a package to go along with X-Men and things like that, especially with like the VHS X-Men figures that are coming out. I know the Sentinel isn't technically from the animated series or anything like that, but it could really work. Scale obviously is an issue because they're not, I mean, you know, this isn't, you know, a massive Sentinel. But if you guys don't know, and I don't know how well it's going to come across in camera at this particular moment, like I don't even fit the entire card in here. But for the Retro 375 line, it's a pretty small card, right? So here, looking at that Sentinel now, you get a better idea of how large this damn card is. Because holy hell, like I wouldn't have thought, unless you actually have them in hand or see it clearly here. Like I have to stretch, I'm so far back, my camera's back. But look at the card size difference. So look at the difference between the Sentinel and the Spider-Man in the 3 3/4 inch. So I'm actually gonna open up this Spider-Man so we can see him standing side by side what the difference is. I wish I had an extra X-Men character to kind of scale well with those. So unfortunately I don't, but I will show how he scales to a regular Marvel Legends figure because it's something that you could work with. It's kind of fun to go from there. What I want to show you as well is how the card kind of stacks up. So here I have a deluxe Rhino. This card, oh man, I can't even show you. So the card itself is like a ½ inch shorter, if that. That's how large the card is. It's not quite as wide though, as you could see. So the width isn't there. The thickness is about the same, maybe not quite as thick. But the beauty of this one, look, check that out. It's unpunched also. I mean, I'm gonna open it so it doesn't really matter. But that's how large this card is. So that's pretty insane when you kind of stop and think about that. Like, holy crap, they made these things huge. So it's awesome for a collectible, right? For a collector. So if you collect the 3 3/4 inch line, the Marvel Legends Retro 375, this is just another awesome piece to keep on card, and I think it's going to look awesome. Now, the tricky thing is it's huge as hell. They don't really make protector cases in this size, whereas the 3 3/4 inch ones, the 6x9 cards, you know, there's all kinds of protector cases you could get for those. But anyway, let's get into it. The artwork on here is pretty awesome of the Sentinel. It comes with an interchangeable head. I only have one. That's only one that I'm going to be opening. He has a couple of other accessories I forgot. We'll take a look at that. But the card on the back says, "From the twisted mind of Bolivar Trask, the mutant hunting Sentinel goes on the attack." I thought some of these rhymed, right? I haven't been reading some of them. I got wave 4... I think it's wave 4, maybe wave 5. Was it 6? One of those waves in from Old Republic Collectibles as well, at the same time as this one. But it's all pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited, so I'm just going to open this bad boy up and let's take a better look at this Sentinel figure. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Sentinel figure, and it's honestly, it's nothing special. It's super light. It's thin, hollow, hard plastic. It's not a Marvel Legends articulated figure quality. It's just not. It's that Marvel Legends price. I think the pricing of this guy was like $21.99 or $24.99, depending on where you buy it. But is it pricey when you compare it to a regular 6-inch figure? Yeah. I mean, a 6-inch figure at this point is $24.99 standard retail. So this one is you know, coming up under that. It's actually taller than a normal Marvel Legends figure. So if you look at like the new Iron Man Model 70, you could see the size height difference there. So it's a couple of inches off. It's pretty pricey. You're paying for the card and the artwork and the collectability factor, all those things, you know, if that's something that you want to go for. I know it's going to be a very easy pass for a lot of folks because it's like a 5 POA type figure with, but I think this is technically 7, right? You have the arm, shoulders, that's, you know, 1, 2, the head, 3, wrist 4, or forearm 4, other forearm 5, leg 6, other leg 7. So 7 POA. Not a whole lot to it. Again, really light, really hard plastic. Minimal paint, as you could see, kind of throughout. There's not really a whole lot. We kind of get this bluish indigo, purplish blue color, this grayish color here for these vents. And then that magenta color for the arms and the legs. The head is a little bit different. The head, which is really cool, and I haven't tested this out yet because I just noticed it when I opened the package. As you can see, there's kind of that translucent piece of plastic there. So they kind of did a piping, so if you put a light kind of shining through that, the eyes will kind of light up. So that is actually pretty cool. I'm going to be trying that out shortly, so we'll see how that plays out. In terms of accessories, it comes with a tentacle piece. I don't know if that can wrap around a figure in the 3 3¾ inch line. We'll kind of see how that works, but there's a peg hole in the hand, and then at the end of this you can actually just kind of put that out, so in his hand you can have that tentacle going out there. Not bad. We also get this blast effect piece here. As you can see, it's going to port right on into the hand there, and you can have them go blasting. So in my head, I'm picturing the first episode of like X-Men the animated series, where Sentinels just blast and morph, and then they leave them behind and everything. But that's actually pretty cool. I like the way that looks, because it's, you know, how they did the peg, and then you put it into the hand with the palm kind of going down, but it's like boom, it's blasting straight at you, and that's kind of cool. It's a little bit cone shaped, orange translucent plastic. You know, not a bad touch. And then on top of that, for your army building capabilities, we have an additional interchangeable head here. And this is pretty cool because they actually did some nice silver paint on there, and then you could see kind of some of the silver on the outside of that damaged portion. You can actually see kind of the dot matrix printing, so that digital print, that photoreal style that they do with the paint apps and stuff. It actually came out looking really nice. The detail of the mold is pretty cool with the battle damage. I actually really like the way that came out. To trade out the head, super easy. You just pop the head off. It's on a ball. There's no point of articulation there or anything. And then you just put this other head on there, and bam, you now have a battle damaged Sentinel. And that's pretty good. But let's check out the piping to see how the light up eyes are going to look. I'm going to test it off camera here, and then when we come back, we shall see how it looks. Okay, so I have turned off a couple of lights so you can see how it does, how it's going to work out. I have this finger light here, and we're going to see how those lights are going to work. So, you know, basically with the piping, I'm just going to put a light here. Depending on how you work it, you know, it's going to determine things. But just the side profile view, you can see the light shining through. And what's awesome is the design of that eye, those eyes. It looks like it's just a red circle shining through for that light. So that is a really nice touch. Now, the difficult thing is you got to get like a lot of light to really shine through there, and that part can be really difficult on getting it to really work. So, you know, maybe it's because it's too bright here, but again, it's a nice idea, but like to get it, the functionality of it is definitely difficult. But I do think it's a nice touch. And just for the fun of it, as you can see how those eyes would look there. Okay, so for our size comparisons, you can get a full look at the Sentinel here. I think scale-wise, if you look at it, these two aren't super far off, but I don't think it's a perfect scale, but it works fairly well. Between the Legends, it doesn't really work. I think you can still create a fun little display, but you know, obviously it's not correct in terms of scale, whereas these two, you know, it's definitely closer, but not quite. But again, I think people can have a lot of fun with the idea of a regular size Sentinel figure to kind of go up against some heroes. I think it can create something fun. Okay, so the Sentinel can actually wrap around the Retro 375 figures, and it can hold, but it's really hard to get the balance. It's going to be very, you know, top heavy and want to lean forward. And the difficult thing, it's not like you can move forward a foot to kind of help with that balance, because without ankle articulation, it just looks kind of funky. I mean, it can work, sure, but you know, it's not really accurate. But you can do some fun things there, so you know, not bad. Okay, and for one last size comparison here, we have the Marvel Legends Retro 375 Sentinel next to the Marvel Legends HasLab Sentinel figure, and you can see there's a little bit of a size difference between the two. But anyway, that is my review of the Sentinel and the Retro 375 figure line. I think it's pretty cool. It's decent. I love the way it looks on the card. Much bigger than I thought it would really be, which is really cool, and it's kind of nice and fun. I like the line for what it is. It's not meant to be like, you know, a super articulated line and all this and that. It's a fun little set. Like I have every single release so far, and I'm really liking it. You know, the only ones that I have open are the Spider-Man figures, and for what they are, again, they're really cool. They're not supposed to be like the Marvel Universe figures or anything like that. Just fun little 5 POA figures that you can kind of display either on card or out of the package. Just a fun little thing. The Sentinel is a really cool idea where you can army build if you're going to remove them out of the package, so you can have some battle damage ones and some ones without battle damage, or some with tentacles out ready to capture mutants, or some ready to blast some mutants. So it's pretty cool. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of the Sentinel figure? Have you picked any up? Are you looking to pick any up? Because they are fan channel exclusive. You're not really going to find these in store anywhere. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys are interested in becoming a channel member, hit that join button to join the MCU Collective. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you have not already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.